Hello, everyone. Welcome to Inspire Reads, the channel dedicated to sharing knowledge that helps you grow through books. Be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on great book videos and the latest updates from Inspire Reads. Hi, I'm Benjamin. Don't forget to follow the great books in the description. This week's book that we will explore is titled The Ag Master: Lessons of Nature. Author Ferguson, a naturalist, has combined research from biology, medicine, quantum physics, psychology, and philosophy to present us with 8 valuable lessons from nature. As you read this book, it feels like someone is guiding you into the vast world of nature to experience the lessons it wants you to understand, helping you live a happier life. This is a remarkable work, with insights so profound that only someone who has devoted their life to observing nature could write them. This book will touch your heart with scientific reasoning and the sincerity of Mother Nature. Now let's dive into the deep lessons that nature has to offer. Lesson 1. Accepting the unknown. We are fortunate to live in a marvelous scientific era. Did you know that when you walk, your feet aren't actually touching the ground but are floating due to repelling electrons? This shows that there is still so much about the natural world we don't know. Nature, like our lives, is always changing and contains wonders we have yet to explore. Without a clear understanding of our relationship with nature, it's hard to gain a deep insight into life. Unfortunately, many of us focus solely on work, money, and material goals, neglecting to experience life through nature. The author advises that you need to awaken and use all your senses. Reflect on the author's experience when he walked through the dense forests of the Rocky Mountains in the 1970s, where he realized he always wanted to stop, close his eyes, and listen to the wind. In reality, I have learned to listen to the wind. The black pine rustles softly, the Dola cedar makes a sound like waves, and the elm tree sounds like flowing water. The birch tree makes a different sound, like an unexpected rain shower. Low shrubs on the plains create a rustling sound, and the meadow grass rustles. At the edge of the frozen soil, I hear the sound of the sapphire cedar branches being torn and twisted by the wind. I use my finger to touch the old oak with its cracked bark, feel the elm tree's trunk, and it feels like it is covered with a fine powder. The scent of nature is very rich. The American golden pine has a vanilla fragrance. The night rain mountain flower has a continuously lingering scent. The smell of meadows after a heavy rain soaks into the soul, and roses, cinquefoil, and dandelion leaves each have their own distinctive scents. Closing my eyes, the fragrance rushes in, like on a Sunday morning when you are close to a freshly brewed cup of coffee or a just-baked cinnamon roll. When we enter nature, we can use all our senses, sight, hearing, smell, taste, and touch to experience the feelings that nature provides. But why do we need to learn from nature how to accept the unknown? Because humans have a tendency to classify everything. Since ancient times, we have quickly categorized everything: what is useful, what is useless, what is dangerous, and what is safe. We categorize people as friends or enemies, those who are skilled or unskilled, this thing as good and that thing as bad. This habit helps the brain conserve energy, but it also makes us easily divide the world into opposing sides. When we enter a forest, we often think of deer and eagles as good, while flies and mosquitoes are seen as bad. However, in reality, flies help pollinate many plants and play a crucial role in decomposition, which supports bountiful harvests. Mosquitoes are also a food source for many other creatures like fish, lizards, birds, and newts. Flies are important in nature because they help decompose organic matter. While they can destroy many pests and butterfly larvae, flies play a significant role in maintaining abundant crops worldwide. Mosquitoes also have an important role, as they are a food source for many other species such as fish, lizards, birds, and newts. Yet, we often react negatively to mosquitoes and flies. We swat mosquitoes when they land on us or kill flies when they come near our food. We distinguish between hummingbirds and hawks, or between squirrels and large rats. These distinctions are often unreasonable. Humans often think that all organisms must be either male or female, but many plants and animals, such as fish, jellyfish, and clams, can change their sex according to their needs. When we categorize everything in such a simple manner, we create a distance between ourselves and nature. To bridge this gap and experience life more fully, we should take time to immerse ourselves in nature. Each time we sit by a river, listen to the wind, or hear birds singing, we have the opportunity to better understand the essence of life and the valuable lessons from nature. As you observe and interact with nature, it will gradually reveal profound lessons to you. You will learn to accept the unknown and reduce discrimination and prejudice in your daily life. Instead of only seeking pleasure, avoiding pain, desiring success, and fearing failure, you will realize that every high and low is an inseparable part of life. The second lesson is interdependence. In the past, we often thought that evolution was solely a brutal struggle where the big fish eat the small fish and only the strongest survive. This perspective has deeply influenced modern society, making us believe that only those who constantly strive to become stronger can succeed. However, the truth is that life depends not only on competition, but also on cooperation and symbiosis. Humans consider themselves the smartest species, but plants also have intelligence that we have yet to fully understand. For example, when you walk through a forest and see a young tree overshadowed by larger trees, you might worry that the young tree will die due to a lack of sunlight. But in reality, trees in the forest connect through their roots and fungi, helping each other out. For millions of years, trees and fungi have been helping each other and evolving together. Fungi grow under large trees and attach to their roots to absorb sugars produced by the trees from sunlight. As fungi spread through the tree's root system, they also help protect the tree. If the young tree doesn't receive enough sunlight, the fungi will send signals to healthy trees to share excess carbon and necessary nutrients. This process occurs underground, allowing the young tree to survive and thrive. Over millions of years, trees have not competed with each other, but have cooperated closely to grow together. Interestingly, plants also see humans as part of this community. When we enter areas with dense vegetation, plants release an antibacterial compound called phytoncide. Though invisible to the naked eye, this compound mixes with the air we breathe. Once in the lungs, it helps reduce the risk of high blood pressure and cardiovascular diseases, improves the immune system, and supports other organs in the body. Plants always provide benefits to us, but humans often destroy them for profit. We need to remember that living in places with fewer green spaces increases the risk of disease and mortality. The author has great respect for Thich Nhat Hanh. When he was teaching at Plum Village, he held up a piece of paper and said, "Looking at this piece of paper, you can see white clouds, a stream, trees, even the people who make the paper, the bread they eat, the wheat, and the machinery used to cultivate it. All these things come together to create this paper. So you can see the whole world in this piece of paper." Thich Nhat Hanh believes that everything in the world is interconnected and dependent on each other. However, you might wonder, it's true that plants can live harmoniously, but what about animals? We often see animals attacking each other, with only the strongest surviving. But reality is not entirely like that. For example, the pair David's deer, during mating season, the males fight each other. But not the strongest always wins. On the contrary, the overly strong ones are prone to death because they become aggressive and might go mad, attacking everything. Many strong deer often end up hitting cars and dying. In the end, only those deer who can control themselves and mate calmly live long. Beyond animals, in physics, scientists have also spent years debunking the idea that everything must be divided into two opposing types. An important experiment is the double-slit experiment, which shows that light has both wave and particle properties, depending on how it is observed. This proves that we cannot clearly distinguish what is truly ours and what is not. The relationship between us and nature is I in you and you in me. Everything is interconnected, and this is also true for relationships between people. Therefore, in relationships, the most important rule is not survival of the fittest or selfishness and bullying the weak, but understanding that to live peacefully and happily, we need to have compassion, live altruistically, and support each other. Let's build a life of cooperation and mutual growth. To treat nature well, we need to have respect and gratitude. When you protect nature, nature will bring goodness into your life. You can start with simple daily actions such as reducing the use of plastic bags, disposable utensils, and single-use plastic products. Instead, choose eco-friendly bags and use your own utensils when eating out. When dining at a restaurant, try to finish your meal and take leftovers home if needed. For short distances, prioritize cycling or walking. Donating old clothes, recycling items, saving energy and water, and planting trees or donating to tree planting organizations are all effective ways to protect the environment. We need to remember that nature and we are inseparable. Protecting the environment is ultimately for ourselves. As poet Walt Whitman said, "Everyone should stroll in nature, among the trees or flowers, and sit down to meditate with nature." If you feel tired of life, work, or relationships and find none of these bring lasting happiness, nature is always there for you. Nature can help you escape your personal ego. Have you ever tried hiking in nature? Some people hike a lot but are only concerned with their watches, maps, or taking beautiful photos. They focus on showcasing themselves rather than truly experiencing nature. So take the time to truly immerse yourself in nature. Let the soft shapes of valleys, the colors of plants, and the sense of nature inspire you and help you forget yourself. This is the second lesson. Everything is interconnected and dependent on each other. Lesson 3. Embracing diversity. Have you ever wondered why nature has so many different species? When crops face droughts or diseases, some plant species may die, but there are always others that survive. As long as a few plant and animal species remain, the ecosystem will be maintained. This is how nature works intelligently. Nature has incredible wisdom, always preparing for recovery by maintaining diversity in species as well as in their behaviors and characteristics. The more diverse, the stronger the vitality. This also applies to human life. If we do not embrace diversity, we become more vulnerable. Resilience and the ability to withstand difficulties are essential qualities that everyone needs. Consider this example to better understand the concept of resilience. If you only have one source of income and do not think about creating additional income streams, you lack resilience. Or if you focus solely on one skill for a specific career, you are also creating fragility for your future. Similarly, if you only enjoy reading one genre of books, you might make your thinking become monotonous and narrow. The author mentions that he has participated in numerous psychological studies and found that in Western jury groups, racial diversity helps in making more accurate verdicts. Similarly, research groups with members from diverse backgrounds often have articles that are cited more and considered more reliable. Philosopher Francis Bacon once said, "When everything becomes too common, it becomes dangerous. If we easily achieve consensus, it can be harmful." Many people think that creating a homogeneous community is good, but in reality it can lead to a trap where everyone becomes the same. The current universal education system also has a similar limitation, as people often expect others to be like them. Assimilation is a tragedy because it leads to racism, social status issues, and many other problems. Diversity, including racial and species diversity, should also be respected in families, workplaces, and schools. Don't try to force others to be like you. If you dislike someone or something and feel the need to criticize them, it might simply be because you see them as different from yourself, or they don't meet your needs. This indicates that you are not accepting of differences and lack diversity in your life. If you continue this way, you might face problems in your own life. Try to pay more attention to the wonderful diversity of nature when you go outside. This will remind you of an important lesson from nature: respect diversity, eliminate bias, and embrace differences. Lesson 4, gender equality. On the savanna, when the dry season arrives and the elephant herd lacks water, they must migrate to other places, which is both energy-consuming and dangerous. If a female elephant leads the herd, they are generally safer. However, older female elephants are often hunted for their tusks, which is quite unfortunate. Regarding leadership roles, female animals are often better at connecting and cooperating with others compared to males. Human history also shows that many ancient cultures honored female deities. In Vietnam, there are worships of female ancestors, while in the West, there is the goddess Gaia, the mother of Earth. Laozi in the Tao Te Ching also teaches that, although the importance of masculinity is recognized, the role of femininity should be protected, much like a valley that embraces everything. When nature guides us, we will see that only when women are treated equally to men can we live a vibrant and healthy life. Lesson 5, respect for animals. Have you ever seen a dog so sad that it sheds tears, or a kitten snuggling up like a child? At such moments, many people think animals have emotions like ours. But in reality, animals are not learning from us. Rather, we are learning from them. This is something an elderly American taught the author. Humans came after animals, so we are learning many rich emotions from them. For example, when an old alpha wolf ages, even though it no longer hunts and moves slowly, it is not bullied by the younger wolves in the pack. Instead, it is still respected. The younger wolves will hunt and share their prey with the old wolf so it can eat easily. Scientists have observed that when an old wolf dies, its mate does not stay behind. When they searched, they found the mate running far away, constantly howling in profound grief. In Tennessee, where there are elephants living, the author witnessed a 34-year-old elephant named Tina passing away. Tina's friends came to her, using their trunks to touch her body. After Tina was buried, elephants usually keep their distance, but at the funeral, they stood close together and stared intently at Tina's grave. Tina's best friend even placed a tire, Tina's favorite toy, on the grave. Animal emotions are diverse, and they have their own ways of communicating. However, many people think that animals don't have emotions. In fact, whales and dolphins have up to 20 ways to communicate and interact with each other. They have special sounds to introduce themselves. Many animals are very intelligent. For example, elephants are calm, steadfast, and united, with long-term memory and the ability to remember many events throughout their lives. An elephant's brain has more complex neural connections than humans, making them less prone to agitation. Crows can understand cause and effect relationships, and dogs can solve simple calculations. Respecting animals and recognizing the relationship between humans and animals can bring us peace. Simple acts like watching birds forage, looking into a dog's eyes, or scratching a kitten's ears are sacred ways to connect with animals. Have you ever fed a stray cat? If you have, you will notice that if the cat trusts you, it will eat what you provide, and you will feel very happy. This happiness causes your body to produce endorphins, making you feel love. This is good for your health, so humans and animals should have more connections. So, what does it mean to respect animals? It means loving all creatures, not just saving one species, but all species such as wolves, elephants, dolphins, ducks, cows, pigs, etc. This can help us live a better and more blessed life. We can learn how to work more effectively from nature. Humans often think they are the most efficiency-oriented, but nature is even more efficient. The amount of solar energy that reaches Earth in just 1.5 hours is equivalent to all the energy from oil, coal, and wind that humans use. Each leaf on a tree is meticulously designed to absorb the maximum amount of sunlight. Every organism operates efficiently, which impresses scientists and engineers. In fact, our modern technology also learns from nature, such as high-speed trains, water purifiers, and wind turbines. Have you ever wondered why a honeycomb is hexagonal? It's because the hexagon shape conserves energy and creates the largest space. We don't know why bees understand this, but nature is truly marvelous and intelligent. What can we learn from nature to live and work more effectively? 3 key concepts are harmony, balance, and rhythm. Harmony means letting things happen naturally, without resisting. For example, a migrating duck will not fly against the wind, but will wait for better weather. Balance is about maintaining an equilibrium between energy input and output. Many animals, after eating their fill, start moving to burn energy and regain balance. Rhythm involves following nature's cycles, like how animals work, rest, and recover according to seasons and day-night cycles. This is similar to maintaining high discipline. The goal of applying these 3 factors is to work more efficiently, saving time and energy for important tasks. For example, the sloth hangs upside down on trees to save energy on balancing, eats leaves to reduce calorie needs, and moves very slowly. In the movie Zootopia, you see sloths working very slowly, and in reality, they have evolved to conserve energy. In contrast, monkeys are busy all day, eat a lot, and even steal food from each other. Humans need to learn how to conserve energy smartly from nature. The author advises us to let go of unnecessary worries and not to torture ourselves with overthinking. When you feel stressed or angry, you expend a lot of energy and become weaker. If you don't know what to do, try connecting with nature. Nature can help reduce stress. For example, when I feel tired writing, I often take a walk under the green trees. When I return to work, I feel more refreshed and work more effectively. Connecting with nature can really rejuvenate your senses and help you focus better. Finally, to work effectively, we need to let go of greed. When collaborating with others, many people only think about their own interests and want to take more than their fair share. This often leads to failure. The motivation to abandon greed is gratitude. When you live and work with appreciation for those around you, everything in life becomes easier. It's like the saying, "Those who are kind to others will also be kind to themselves." This is an important principle, and the highest wisdom of the universe that we have mentioned before. Lesson 7. Rebirth from the ashes. Nature always finds a way to renew itself, even in tough times. It can not only revive from ashes, but also restore its prosperity after disasters. Over thousands of years, plants, insects, birds, and animals have learned to survive and thrive from natural events. When a wildfire occurs, the American black pine is always prepared. Its lower branches shed to prevent the fire from spreading to other branches. The distance between mature trees helps retain water and reduce fire spread. When a wildfire happens, seeds of the American black pine can germinate from pine cones that have cracked open due to the fire, becoming the first to grow from the ashes. Nutrients from the trees and soil combine with the ash to create a fertile layer of soil, which helps plants grow stronger. This is the amazing power of nature. However, many people in life cannot recover from a shock. Why? Because we are too obsessed with safety and dislike facing difficulties. We hope life will be smooth, and if there are problems, we just want to quickly overcome them to be safe. But if we can't overcome them, we tend to run away. According to the author, without challenges, we cannot grow more sustainably. Challenges help us not only recover, but also unleash our potential. Excessive avoidance of risks also hinders personal growth. Therefore, learn from nature, embrace every change with preparation and without fear. To do this, first, you need to learn Lesson 2, non-discrimination. Enjoy peace, but also accept difficulties. Nature can regenerate from the ashes because it constantly enriches itself every day. When faced with adversity, we can also learn to recover step by step like nature. Remember, what is most natural is often the fastest healing for us. Eating healthy, meditating, practicing mindfulness, exercising outdoors, and connecting with nature will help regulate your life's rhythm, bringing you back to balance and harmony. We have reached the final lesson from nature, learning from the elderly. In every community, older people are often the wise ones who can teach us important values. Similarly, in nature, older animals and plants serve as great teachers. For instance, old trees can recognize which young saplings need more nutrients and which need more light. In the animal world, if a herd loses its older members, it becomes chaotic. The author once observed a herd of elephants without their elder members becoming aggressive and killing many rhinos. Ancient trees, which are hundreds of years old, hold many secrets of nature. They help humans understand climate patterns from thousands of years ago, measure summer fog, and analyze ocean current trends, thus revealing the impact of human activity on climate change. The author has a 102-year-old friend who played a significant role in his life. Despite a life of hardship and poverty, she diligently developed survival skills and found peace in nature. Every spring, she would see new buds sprouting, and summer brought her renewed energy. She always felt vibrant because nature had taught her how to live. She passed away peacefully at the age of 102, leaving the author with many valuable lessons that helped him resist life's temptations and learn to observe himself more clearly. This is the value that elderly people bring to us. If you pay attention, you'll notice that many books are written by elderly people. For example, the famous book by Japan's business mogul, Inamori Kei, was written when he was 90 years old. Mr. Hinohara, the author of Living Well, lived to be 106 years old. The Great Investor's Almanac by G.Y. Manger, who lived to 99, and recently, Valuable Humanity by Mrs. Nakamura, the oldest psychologist in Japan, born in 1929. These respected elderly people have one thing in common. Although their lives began with many difficulties and challenges, they lived rich, prosperous, and happy lives thanks to their wisdom and abilities. You might not be surprised that I will continue to introduce more books by other wise elderly individuals. I hope we can learn many things from the experiences and valuable lessons they have left behind. Finally, to conclude today's sharing, I want to quote some beautiful words from the author. Beauty is always close. Just reach out and you can touch it. On a summer afternoon, standing under an old maple tree, when you realize that you don't need to do anything, there are no problems to solve. Just sunlight, shade, and the sound of wind rustling through the leaves. You will feel the beauty. This is a calm and unique interaction. You exhale nutrients for the tree, and the tree responds with the oxygen you need. The world rewards you, and you also reward the world. In the face of warnings from natural disasters, diseases, and unusual changes in nature today, I hope we can deeply recognize the importance of respecting nature, which is also respecting our own lives. Finally, let the lessons from nature be the beacon guiding you to live a more meaningful life. Thank you for listening. If you found this video helpful, please share it with those who need it. Give it a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the new videos every week. Once again, thank you, and see you in the next videos.